What's good, everybody? It's the Clown with Cab Show. NFL Week 16 was amazing for me. Only 2 wrong games. I would make you a millionaire if you would listen to me. Shout out to my Indianapolis Colts. What a huge freaking win, and I really predicted it. We look at the Arizona Cardinals, and they have fallen off tremendously, and really, they're not the same team. Yes, they started off the season great, but it's not how you start, it's how you finish. So I love what the Colts are doing right now, and it really starts with their offensive line and obviously Jonathan Taylor, 108 yards rushing for the Colts. I'm telling you what, this kid will be in the MVP, race, but he won't win it. If Derrick Henry didn't win it last year, he will not win it this year. So, I look at Aaron Rodgers and think, man, Aaron Rodgers coming back, from the offseason, really didn't practice with the squad, coming into week 1, getting blown out by the New Orleans Saints. Then all of a sudden, wow, they're number 1 seed right now, Green Bay. So Aaron Rodgers, he should be MVP this year of the NFL. He just passed Brett Favre for most passing yards by a Green Bay player. So to me, it's just like, dude, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't get MVP, it'll really be disappointing to me. But, we look at last year in the NBA, and they didn't give Steph Curry the MVP, and he averaged 32 a game. So it's like, it's kind of nowadays MVP means more like, all right, who's the fan favorite? And it's like, really? Steph averaged 32. It didn't get it. I can't believe it. But, to my Indianapolis Colts, they are rolling at the right time. And they couldn't come at a better time right now. They're on a roll. And I think, Carson Wentz, 2 touchdowns, 225 yards passing. I'm telling you what right now, Carson Wentz, dude, I love this guy. I really do. I think he's way better than Andrew Luck by a long shot. And a lot of people got on that Andrew Luck hype train, and I never really was an Andrew Luck fan. And when I watched him play at Stanford, I didn't really see anything special about Andrew Luck. I really didn't. Yes, he's a smart IQ person, but other than that, I didn't see any competitive fire. The fire inside, the competitive nature of being a great athlete. I didn't see that in Andrew Luck. So when the Colts drafted Andrew Luck, number 1 overall, I said, dude, this is not good. This cannot end good at all. And really, I was right on it. I was right on Andrew Luck. It was definitely a bad pick by the Indianapolis Colts. But right now, the Colts picking up Carson Wentz this offseason, they could really make up for the losses that they've been doing for the past decade, ever since releasing Peyton Manning, dude. Seriously, like, this is crucial. And I think Carson Wentz coming into the playoffs this year, I think he's really healthy. And I think, the Colts can make a run here. If they can run on teams, control the clock, time management, time of possession, I do think the Indianapolis Colts can go deep. Can they make the Super Bowl? It's a long shot. It's a really long shot, but I'm telling you what, but after like week 5 or 6, I thought the Colts weren't going to make the playoffs this year. Now all of a sudden I'm thinking, man, me being a diehard Colts fan, I got to give it up to him. I really do. And we have to understand that the Colts are legit. And it starts with their offensive line, and really their defense is playing a lot better than what they're used to be playing, but there's still some tweaks in and out. But right now the Colts, I'm telling you what, dude, they're definitely going to make the playoffs this year, and I cannot wait. And if they do match up against the Bills, like I do think they can beat the Bills. I really do. But, for Arizona's sake, I mean, Kyler Murray, 245 yards passing and a touchdown. Yes, he played nice, but the Arizona defense isn't there right now, and they're just playing flat-footed and really not like have that aggression, that winning mentality in them right now, and they're really decreasing right now. And for me, Arizona, I bought into the hype for a couple weeks, but after that, when Kyler Murray got hurt, ever since then, it was just like, I don't know. I can't really put my faith in the Arizona Cardinals at all, but my Indianapolis Colts, they continue to win. They got a big home game this weekend. I can't wait for that, but shout out to the Indianapolis Colts and Carson Wentz getting the job done. And then we had Green Bay beating the trash Cleveland Browns. Look, for Baker Mayfield, I do kind of feel a little bit sorry for him because, he's getting banged up all year this year. It's really been an up and down year for Baker, but he threw for 4 interceptions this game. And we look at Baker, does he deserve a long-term contract with the Cleveland Browns? I would put it on pause right now. I would say no, I don't think so at the moment. I mean, he really has a weakness of throwing the ball deep down the field, and he throws it into bad coverages, as we see in this game. And really, yes, we could say one of the interceptions it was a pass interference by Green Bay Packers, but we can make excuses and all that. There was another throw where Green Bay should have picked it and they dropped it. So, for Baker right now, it's one of them things where it's like he's at a catch-22, and I think he's going to be paused right now because they're probably not going to make the playoffs this year. That was a playoff game, and Baker had his moments, and even having a bad game, throwing a lot of picks, he had his moment late game in the fourth quarter with like a minute to go. Then he threw a pick right there, and he was really going down the field for a game-winning field goal to beat Green Bay in Green Bay. That would have been a huge upset, but, Nick Chubb, 126 yards rushing and a touchdown. I think Nick Chubb, he wants to be on a better team. If I'm Nick Chubb, I'm a running back. I want to go to a great quarterback system. That's what I would want to do. I mean, Cleveland Browns right now, the fans, dude, they're probably disappointed. We look back at it, going into this season, everybody was like, oh, Cleveland's going to make the playoffs, right? Cleveland Browns, yes, they're going to make the playoffs. We even had people saying maybe the Super Bowl. That was a far stretch. That was idiotic. That was ignorant. But looking at Baker, it's just like it's going to be a tough offseason for Baker. I don't know what they're going to do with Baker, but Aaron Rodgers, like I said, passes Brett Favre most passing yards in Green Bay history. This is great, man. And Aaron Rodgers, 3 touchdowns, and it just proves to us that how great Aaron Rodgers really is. I mean, dude, if we do not give Aaron Rodgers the MVP this year, I'm sitting back and thinking, dude, what? Really? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're the number 1 seed coming in, and I'm telling you what, Green Bay, they were on fire. It's Green Bay and Kansas City are the 2 hottest teams right now in the NFL, and they can match up in the Super Bowl. That'd be a great Super Bowl. The 2 quarterbacks that do State Farm commercials, I think that's great for the NFL. I really do. But yes, they still got to beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. There's some other teams, but, for Green Bay, dude, I'm telling you what, I think they're going to win out. They're going to get the first round bye and get home field advantage in the playoffs. We saw what happened last year when they played Tampa, and I really blame the coaching staff with some of the calls they were calling there. I just don't get it, but for Aaron Rodgers, and shout out to Devontae Adams, 10 receptions, 114 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns. Green Bay is nothing to play with right now, and I'm telling you what, I think Green Bay going into the future right now, dude, Green Bay, it's looking good for Green Bay. Yeah, we wouldn't even say this last year. Yeah, they looked pretty good, but they were really weak on their offensive line, some of their all linemen, and then obviously their defense wasn't as good as they are this year. Last year they were kind of weak, but right now, I'm telling you what, Green Bay is a team to be worried about. I'm telling you right now. So, and it starts with Aaron Rodgers, one of the best quarterbacks we've seen this game ever, dude. And Brett Favre even gave Aaron Rodgers a shout-out, like, congratulating him for passing his passing yard record for Green Bay history. I think that's great. And I think Aaron Rodgers really learned a lot from the legend Brett Favre, Super Bowl winning champion. And I do think Aaron Rodgers will win another Super Bowl. Who knows? Even before Aaron Rodgers retires, I think he could win 2, have another one, so have 3 total Super Bowls to his arsenal. I really do. And I don't see Aaron Rodgers slowing down right now. I could see Aaron Rodgers playing for the next good 5 years at least if he stays healthy. No, I really do. I know that might be a stretch, but if they add the right pieces for Aaron Rodgers moving in the future's bright for Green Bay. And then we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Carolina Panthers. Tampa Bay all day. They blew them out. They did have some injuries on the defensive end. Shaq, he got hurt. But, with Tom Brady, 232 yards and a touchdown. Antonio Brown, 101 yards receiving on 10 receptions. It's good to have Antonio Brown back in the lineup for Tampa Bay. I mean, you think Tom Brady's happy? Absolutely. Without Antonio Brown right now, the Tampa Bay would lose the first game in the playoffs this year. No doubt about it. But Antonio Brown, he's an X factor. You can't just man coverage Antonio Brown. You just can't. You have to double Antonio Brown. And if you don't double Antonio Brown, that's an advantage. Antonio Brown every time. And then we got Gronk in the mix coming back. So I think that's good. And shout out to Keyshawn Vaughn, 70 yards rushing and a touchdown. He's came in and filled for Leonard Fournette. I think that's huge. I think that's huge for Tampa Bay right now. The Panthers, they're done. And I think for Cam Newton, he was 7 for 13 in the interception. Sam Darnold, 190 yards passing. But, for Cam Newton, it's just like, man, dude, every week he's getting worse and worse. I don't know what it is. It's going to be an interesting offseason for Cam Newton. I mean, it's make or break for Cam right now. It's either going to be, another year of trying to get better, or he's going to retire. set off to the sunset. You made your millions, Cam. You're a millionaire now. You're living the American dream. You could retire. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't even say Cam Newton's a failure after that. 2015 NFL MVP, went to the Super Bowl. Arguably a couple plays would have went Cam's way. He would be a Super Bowl champion. But, if fans are buds. But, big offseason for Cam. But I'm telling you right now, Tampa Bay, come playoff time, they will be ready. They just need to be healthy. I mean, how many injuries are they going to come into the playoffs? That's the key question for Tampa Bay. If they're going to be all banged up and missing a lot of defensive players, I do think Tampa Bay will lose in the playoffs. Now, we can't count them out. They're the defending Super Bowl champions. They are they have a heart of a lion, a heart of a champion. So we can't give up on Tampa Bay at all. Why? Because they have the GOAT Tom Brady too as well. So, we just can't do it. But big win by Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And then we have the Atlanta Falcons beat the Detroit Lions, barely though. They didn't cover. I picked the Atlanta Falcons. Matt Ryan, 215 yards passing and a touchdown. Kyle Pitts, 6 receptions, 102 yards receiving. He's a rookie in the league. He is nice. Out of Florida, I like this cat. And really, I picked Atlanta, and that's why. We're talking about the Detroit Lions out of all people, dude. I mean, dude, it's sad, man. It's sad to be, all the Detroit Lion fans out there. I do feel a little remorse for you guys because you guys have been terrible for so long, dude. I mean, I don't know how to put it or what to say about it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It really is. So, but shout out to Atlanta Falcons. But, same thing with Atlanta. They haven't recovered since that Super Bowl loss in 2016, up 28-3 against the New England Patriots. And you guys are going to blow it, dude? Dude, that is crazy to me. 28-3. They thought they had the bag, and the bag got stolen from Atlanta. That's what happened. They got the bag from New England, and then New England stole the bag back. That's what happened. They blew it, dude. But big win by Atlanta Falcons. I wouldn't even call it a big win. It's an okay win. And then we got the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Baltimore Ravens. Cincinnati rolled in. Shout out to Joe Burrow, man. 225 yards passing and 4 touchdowns. I told every Cincinnati Bengal fans this year that, hey, I'm telling you what, Joe Burrow is the man. He is the future in Cincinnati. The future is bright in Cincinnati right now. Joe Burrow on a roll right now. T. Higgins, 12 receptions, 194 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. He was balling out. It really, dude, I'm telling you, the way Cincinnati's playing right now, they could be a dark horse in the playoffs. Who would have thought that? Who would have thought Cincinnati Bengals of all NFL teams right now would be a dark horse? Yeah, come at playoff times. I'm telling you right now, dude, this is going to be interesting. Yes, they still got to win out, but I think Cincinnati, man, they are a dark horse. And it starts with Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow is legit, dude. He is the man. I'm telling you right now. If he continues to play like he's been playing, getting better week by week, the sky's the limit for Cincinnati Bengals. And I never used to say that. Cincinnati used to be one of the worst teams in the NFL. Now, all of a sudden, they got a lot of momentum. They got a chance to make the playoffs and really make a lot of noise in the playoffs. And they've had a lot of close games against a lot of good teams this year. Example, Green Bay. They played it at home, went into overtime. They thought they won the game. Their kicker was celebrating. Thought he hit the kick, but he missed it. Green Bay capitalized and won in overtime. But that just goes to show you Cincinnati's the real deal this year. The real deal of Randy Holyfield, I'm telling you right now. But for the Ravens, man, it's disappointing. They've been losing lately, and they've got no Lamar. No Lamar, and that's really bad, dude. And I think, yes, they had a third-string quarterback in, Josh Johnson, 304 yards passing with 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. But, without Lamar, the Ravens aren't going to be anybody. Let's just call it how it is, dude. And I think Lamar, he needs to be back because the Ravens have to win out and get some luck to get in the playoffs now. It's been sad, really. And a lot of the losses that the Ravens took, it's like, man, if they would have played it smart, maybe they would have won in overtime instead of going for 2 every time. Example against Pittsburgh Steelers. I think when they lost that game, I was like, man, that might come back to haunt them. And it really is right now. Going for 2, I thought they could have kicked the extra point and go into overtime that game. You had a lot of momentum going in, but, I never questioned Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh, he's a great coach. I really do. John Harbaugh, he's a great coach. Beat his brother, Jim Harbaugh, in the Super Bowl. But I just think for John, man, yes, I like to gamble every now and then, but, all the time, when you're not really doing well in 2-point conversions, it just doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't, but, big win by Cincinnati. The Ravens are going to need a lot of help coming in. And then we got the Rams versus Minnesota Vikings. The Rams got the job done. Look, Minnesota, I just thought, with a lot of injuries, I just didn't like them. And I was never really a huge huge fan of Kirk Cousins, but yet this year he's really been balling out. But this game he was kind of quiet. 315 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. It's normally a couple touchdowns, right, for Kirk Cousins. Justin Jefferson, 8 receptions, 116 yards receiving. You know, there was some, talking going back and forth, because we know Justin Jefferson's, epic dance celebration. We saw OBJ get that touchdown and kind of mock him, which was funny, but they're both from LSU, so I think it's all love there. But I think for the Rams, Matt Stafford, he's nice, but he threw for 3 interceptions, yet they still got the dub. That's what's crazy. It's like, Minnesota, you got to capitalize on that. When the quarterback throws for 3 picks on you and you still lose the game, Minnesota's really a below-average team. They're going to miss the playoffs this year, and it's another disappointing season for Minnesota Vikings. They had one good win this year, and that was at home against Green Bay Packers. And they played like their best game of the season. Ever since then, they're really trash, dude. They're below average. They're average at best. But the Rams, Sony Mitchell, he balled out 27 carries, 131 yards rushing and a touchdown. Cooper Kupp, 109 yards receiving, best receiver in the league right now by far, at least by the numbers. But I'm telling you, the Rams, they're on a roll right now. They're going to make the playoffs, and I can't wait to see what the Rams are going to do, who they're going to match up with in the playoffs. It's going to be interesting, but a big win by the Los Angeles Rams. And then we got the Buffalo Bills versus the Patriots. I picked the Buffalo Bills here with the upset. I like this pick, man, because I picked them because of Josh Allen. He was the X factor, 314 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. And I thought, you know what? This is his time to shine here. The Buffalo Bills really needed to win this game or they would have dropped to the 6th or 7th seed here in the playoffs. So I just think, for the Buffalo Bills, they were the better team. They really were. Yes, they lost last rematch against the New England Patriots, but I just think they got out-coached, outplayed, but this time was different, and it started with Josh Allen. I just think he's nice. Isaiah McKenzie, 11 receptions, 125 yards receiving, and 1 touchdown. He balled out, but, for the New England Patriots, the Mac Jones train, everybody jumped on it, right? And I even said, even at Alabama, he was really, kind of average quarterback for Alabama, which is crazy to say, right? Alabama always breeds great players, but I just thought Mac Jones was really, nothing was really stuck out to me with Mac Jones. And we saw this game, 2 interceptions, 145 yards, really a duck game, dude. And I just think this guy's out of shape. He's slow. He's the off-brand version of Ben Roethlisberger. At best, dude, at best. Off-brand, dude. Okay, completely, he will be like a backup quarterback in the next couple years. That's what I think of Mac Jones. Hopefully I'm proved wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I just think, New England really invests in this kid too much. And it's like, dude, do you realize he had a lot of NFL players on his squad when he won a national championship with Alabama, not to mention the Hall of Fame coach? Okay, so, how good it really is Mac Jones. He's a below-average quarterback, dude. To me, it's by the eye test, man. But shout out to Damian Harris, 103 yards rushing. He had 3 touchdowns. He balled out. But I just think, for the Buffalo Bills, man, they just continue, man, to improve week to week. And that's what they do, dude. And I just think for the Patriots, they're kind of depleting. They really are. And I just think, man, they continue. And I love it, dude. And I love how the Patriots are so cocky. But it's like, you know what? Coach Bill Belichick, what have you done since, your boy Tom Brady left? You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything, dude. So it really goes to show you the players win the games, not the coaches. And and sometimes I might take that phrase back. Yes, the coaches can make the right calls in the right situation at the right time. Yes, and I'll coach you. Yes, I get all that. But the players still have to make the plays. The players still have to make the throws, the tackles. So it's like, what are we really saying? Yes, the players are more important than the coaches. That's what I'm saying overall. Yes, I get it. The coaches are a great X factor, but I'm telling you, at the end of the day, the coaches aren't out there playing. The coaches aren't out there making the plays, making the tackles, making the interceptions, making the throws. Okay, so it's the players here. So, I just think for the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, they're rolling right now. Big win by the Buffalo Bills. And then we got the New York Jets versus Jacksonville Jaguars. Both teams are terrible. Jacksonville, they've won 2 games this year. It's really been disappointing. Trevor Lawrence, 280 yards passing. That was it. And I just think for Jacksonville, it's really, you guys are playing for next year at this point, dude. 2 wins? Dude, you guys are like the Detroit Lions. You guys are trash, man. It's rubbish. It's crazy. But, shout out to Zach Wilson. A really good game. He had 4 carries, 91 yards rushing, 102 yards passing and a touchdown as well. So he balled out. He played better than Trevor Lawrence. Yes, Trevor Lawrence 280 yards, but this year Trevor Lawrence just hasn't really looked good to me. He really hasn't. Yes, it's been, a rookie hard season right now, but I think next year Trevor Lawrence will improve this offseason and start to get better. He will get his running back from Clemson back off the IR. So I just think right now, yes, Jacksonville, they are down, but I do think they'll be a lot better next year. Let's hope. I mean, 2 wins, you got to be better than that. But, big win by the Jets and Zach Wilson. And then we got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the New York Giants. Look, shout out to Philly, man. They got the job done. This was an easy game. Like I said, only got 2 games wrong all weekend, dude. You guys got to listen to me, man. Become millionaires, dude. It's the 21st century, dude. We have the internet. It is so easy. It's a lot easier to become a millionaire than it was 30 years ago. That's what I'm saying, okay? I didn't mean to say it was easy. Nothing's easy in life. It's always hard, but I'm just telling you right now, it's a lot easier to become millionaires, so just listen, okay? But shout out to Jalen Hurts. He balled out 199 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Devontae Smith, 5 receptions, 80 yards receiving and a touchdown. It was all Philly, and we have to understand the Giants, they're really going downhill, dude. Yes, Saquon Barkley, 32 yards rushing. I do kind of feel bad for Saquon, after, getting hurt last year, coming into this year, and really they just haven't had any momentum going. I just think this is going to be the really important offseason for the New York Giants. What are they going to do? Are they going to stick with their quarterback right now? I don't know about it. I don't. Their head coach said they are going to stick with them. I don't know, man. I don't have faith in Daniels. I really don't, dude. We'll see what happens with the Giants. But, Philadelphia, this was a must-win game if they want to get in the playoffs, and they got it done. Shout out to Jalen Hurts, another big game. And then we had an upset game. This game I got wrong. I picked the Chargers over the Texans, but it was the Texans that upset the LA Chargers. And really the Chargers' weakness this year was their inconsistency. Not playing well in certain spots. And really, to be a Super Bowl champion, you got to play well all the time. You just have to. And Justin Herbert, he's the one to blame. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception in this game, and really didn't get anything going. Justin Jackson, 11 carries, 64 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also had 8 receptions and 98 yards. He played out of his mind for the Chargers. But, I look at Justin Herbert, got a lot of hype coming in, but, at the end of the day, it's like, dude, you got to win this game here. This is a must-win game for the Chargers, dude. Now you guys are on the outside looking in. It's just not looking good. Shout out to Davis Mills, 254 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Rex Burkhead, man, 149 yards rushing and 2 touchdowns. Ran all over the Chargers defense. The Chargers defense is trash right now. They played terrible, dude. It was like the Chargers just went into this game thinking, hey, we're going to blow them out. And that's that. That's it. But it's like, dude, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. This isn't JV versus varsity high school, dude. This is the real deal. So I just think, for the Texans, man, they came to play. They came to play, and the LA Chargers were on their heels since the first quarter. So big win by the Houston Texans. And then we got the Chicago Bears versus Seattle Seahawks. This was the second and only game I got wrong all weekend. I picked Seattle. I did because of Russell Wilson, strictly because of him, but really the Bears got it done because of who? Nick Foles, dude. Yes, the Super Bowl winning quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles back in 2018 over the New England Patriots. What a time. What a time to be alive, dude. Nick Foles, 250 yards passing and a touchdown. We saw the game-winning touchdown catch from Jimmy Graham. Jimmy Graham caught that 15-yard pass from Nick Foles. It was a great pass, dude. A great catch by Jimmy Graham. And they got the 2-point conversion to seal the deal. And they played to win, but who knows, man? If the Bears would have, went at Nick Foles at the beginning, they could have been a little better. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to give up on the Chicago Bears, what they got for him right now in Justin Fields. I do think he's still the future there, but Russell Wilson, 181 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Rashad Penny, 17 carries, 135 yards rushing, and 1 touchdown for Seattle. He went ham. But, for Russell Wilson, it's going to be, a crazy offseason. We're hearing speculations that Russell Wilson could go to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And if Russell Wilson does do that, dude, I'm telling you what, the Pittsburgh Steelers can come from an average team to a way above average, like a 13-4 team, something like that, dude, a playoff team. Right now, Pittsburgh's on the outside looking in, but, for Seattle, it's been a bad year, dude. Ever since Russell Wilson got his finger, I believe, broke or fractured, I think it was like week 3 or 4, it's just been downhill since, man. And I think if Russell Wilson would have been healthy all year, I do think Seattle would have been in this playoff race, but, they're on the outside looking in, and I don't feel sorry for Pete Carroll at all. We're talking about Pete Carroll. He won national championships with USC, could have three-peat, didn't have Reggie Bush in on the last play, went for it on 4th and 2. Come on, dude, it's just really idiotic. And then they go to the Super Bowl against New England, and 1 yard to go, you got Marshawn Lynch, and you like to throw? I just look at Pete Carroll and say, wow, he's made one of the worst couple decisions of any coach could ever make in history of football. In college and NFL. Not having the Heisman winner Reggie Bush in on the last play against Texas in a national championship game, that makes no sense to me. And then not running the ball with Marshawn Lynch on the 1 yard line, come on, man. Pete Carroll, dude, I think he's going to be out eventually in Seattle 100%, especially if Russell Wilson dips out. And then we got Pittsburgh Steelers versus Kansas City Chiefs. This game, I picked Kansas City. I thought it was an upset alert game, but I still went Kansas City. Why? Because of Patrick Mahomes. 258 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. They are balling at the right time. I'm telling you what, dude, they're on a roll. They're the number 1 seed as of right now. The playoffs started today. I'm telling you what, and we looked at Kansas City week 5 and 6, and we were thinking, wow, Kansas City might be like a 5th or 6th seed coming in the playoffs. Yeah, I didn't write them off, okay? It's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I think Kansas City, man, they're probably the favorites right now. If I were to pick any team, it'd be either Kansas City or Green Bay to win a Super Bowl. We still have time, but, a lot can happen between now and then. But I just think, man, Kansas City's nothing to be played with, dude. They're really not. And Pittsburgh, Big Ben, 1 touchdown, 1 pick, 159 yards passing. That's it for Big Ben, dude. This year, you're done. Even if he tries to come back, I think Pittsburgh needs to release him. He's over with, and I even saw that at week 1, dude. I said Big Ben is not the same quarterback that we saw him tossing dimes in the Super Bowl, okay? Dude, I'm telling you right now, against Arizona, that Super Bowl was crazy, Pittsburgh and Arizona, but I just think, Big Ben, what a career. I get it. Is he a Hall of Famer? I'll get more into that, but Kansas City, they're on a roll. Shout out to Patrick Mahomes and those boys. They're going to be a dangerous team in the playoffs, no doubt about it. And then we got the Denver Broncos versus Las Vegas Raiders. This was an even money line. I went Las Vegas Raiders all day here. Why? Because Teddy Bridgewater was out with that concussion injury about a week and a half ago. I just think, Derek Carr, 201 yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. He got the job done. Josh Jacobs, 27 carries, 129 yards rushing. It's going to be interesting to see how the Las Vegas Raiders play my Indianapolis Colts coming up this weekend. That's going to be an interesting game. But, we look at Denver, Drew Lock, 153 yards passing. But to me, Drew Lock had his opportunities, even last year and the year before that. But I just think for Denver, you got to stick with Teddy Bridgewater. He's the future in Denver, no doubt about it. But for the Las Vegas Raiders, you guys still can make the playoffs here. You got to win out. But I don't think they're going to beat my Indianapolis Colts. I don't want them to. But, the Las Vegas Raiders go as far as Derek Carr is going to take them. And I think, if that offensive line protects Derek Carr and their defense continues to play well, hey, the Raiders are a dangerous team. They're an X-Factor team right now. And then we got the Washington team versus the Dallas Cowboys. Shout out to the Cowboys, man. They got the job done. They killed the Washington team. 56-14. It was all Dallas. Shout out to Dak Prescott. 4 touchdowns, man. I'm telling you what, dude. This is the time where Dallas needs to start playing well. And they are. They really are. We had Zeke have a touchdown. We had Amari Cooper, 85 yards receiving in a touchdown. I'm telling you what, dude, Dallas, there's no more excuses for the Dallas Cowboys. You guys have the most talent. They are an X-Factor team in the playoffs, no doubt. Yes, you guys are going to have to beat Green Bay or Tampa Bay, one of those squads. And Green Bay's been the nemesis, for years. And Aaron Rodgers has the Dallas Cowboys number for years. But I'm telling you what, right now, Dallas Cowboys are the real deal, dude. They are legit, dude. And it starts with their defense of Micah Parsons. He's an X-Factor. I do think he will win Defensive Player of the Year as a rookie, dude. Rookie defensive player, no doubt about it, dude. But the Cowboys, Dak is playing nice, man. And I think Zeke, stay healthy. I'm telling you what, the Cowboys can really run deep. I would love to see the Dallas Cowboys in the Super Bowl, man. That'd be great. I mean, obviously that's a dream. That's a long shot. But I'm telling you right now, they got the talent. The Dallas Cowboys have the talent. So what are we going to say if they lose in the playoffs? What other excuse are we going to make for the Dallas Cowboys? Are we going to say, this didn't happen, that didn't happen? No. You guys have the talent. You guys have the roster to win a Super Bowl. Yes, believe it or not, the Dallas Cowboys have the talent right now. They do right now, right here. So I just think for the Cowboys, no more excuses, man. No more excuses and say, this happened, that happened. No, dude. Like, if you guys want to be a Super Bowl champion, you got to get it done. You got to get it done, dude. Like, it just bothers me, because I have some close friends that are huge Dallas Cowboy fans, and, every year it's a different excuse. Our quarterbacks are, we didn't have this. We need a better player. It's just like, hey, right now, you guys have the squad to do it. And the Dallas Cowboys want to win a Super Bowl. It's this year right now. So, big win by the Dallas Cowboys. And then we had the Monday night game, Miami versus the New Orleans Saints. It was all Miami. This was an easy pick. Miami came in favorite 2.5. Why did I go Miami? Well, because of Tua, and obviously, with the quarterbacks being out for the New Orleans Saints, Ian Book, got his first start here, and I just think for Ian Book, really shaky start. Threw a pick 6, dude. I didn't think he was really that good at Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame, we look at Notre Dame and say, they have had a good quarterback since Brady Quinn. That was like, 2005, 2006 time. So it's been so long since Notre Dame's actually had a legit quarterback. We can go through the list and all that, but Ian Book, he was average at best at Notre Dame. And when he plays in the NFL, it's like, dude, this is reality here. This is reality. So, hey, welcome to the real world here. But shout out to Tua, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. They got the job done. And I think the X factor in this game was Jalen Waddle. Yes, he played at Bama as well. He had over 100 yards receiving and a touchdown. I'm telling you what, Alabama, they just breed NFL players. They really do, dude. They do, but a big win by Miami on Monday Night Football. It's what I expected. It's what I saw. But I'm telling you what, right now, hey, I went on a heater this weekend, and it's really getting close to the playoffs. So you guys want to win a bag, you guys got to listen to me. Only 2 games wrong, and really, I kind of should have went the Lions, but it's just so hard going Detroit Lions. Excuse me, not the Lions. I really wanted to go, what game was it? Oh, I wanted to go the Texans. That's the game I was going to tell you about. Obviously not the Lions, but the Texans over the Chargers. But I really thought the Chargers were going to pull it off. That game really irritated me. It wasn't even the Bears Seattle game. It was really the Chargers. It was like